Well, hello everybody. It's incubator time again. So I thought I'd share with you some of the tips that I've learnt over the years with incubation. So we're using a brinsea over easy advance cabinet incubator. I found it to be an absolutely fantastic machine. I bought it second hand and I paid £400 for it, so it's quite an expensive piece of kit. It's got vents here. We need that on about halfway to open when we're incubating. We've got shelves that have a turning mechanism. That's that there. This is the sensor, the temperature sensor, and here we have 3 or 4 fans that you have to make sure you've got them dust free when you're using it, that turn and circulate the air. So the reasons we're using an incubator is it's reliable, it doesn't break the eggs for you like a hen, it doesn't give up halfway through, and it can do a lot more. So first of all, you need to go collect the eggs. Off we go to go steal more eggs. Now obviously, to use an incubator you need fertile eggs, so we need a cockerel. Our cockerel sadly passed away recently, but the neighbour's cockerel still comes to visit, so we're okay. Speak of the devil, there he is. Now then, here's one of our hens that has raised a clutch of 6 babies. She sat on about 12 eggs, but only 6 managed to get through because she drags them everywhere, she loses them, she crushes them, so not always can a hen be the best option. Our hens lay in all sorts of areas, in the corners of cupboards, corners of sheds, under machinery, everywhere, so we have to collect the eggs from them. That's 6 eggs in this nest. And here we have our regular nest, and we have a broody hen. She's gone broody the last couple of days. Now we can tell this by that. Can you hear that? She's very stuck. She's swearing. I can move her. So she really is stuck to that nest. And she'll protect the baby eggs that are underneath her. As you can see, she's got 6. So, good girl. They sort of go in this sort of stuck pose. As you can see, she's stuck. Push you back down on your nest. There you go. Good girl. Now, we will let her brood some babies, but we're going to find a better place for her, a safer place, and somewhere where the other chickens are not laying all the time. So we won't nick those eggs now. The search continues. Our older chicks are still in their playpen. Chickadees, chickadees. And they still follow me everywhere. They still know I'm their mom. Now there's normally some eggs lurking around here. Let's have a look. No. And no. Somebody's had them already. I've got one last place to find some eggs in this scrap. There we go, there's another egg. So we'll collect that one. Ooh. They lay in all sorts of places. You have to listen and hear where they're going mad and celebrating, and then go rummaging around and search for their eggs. Because that brody's gone on the nest there, that's messed everybody up, so they're now looking for new nesting places. What is it, Laser? Have you found an egg? Ah, there's one. No, there's 2. 2 more eggs. Good girl. Thank you, Laser. Ta-da! That's what we found so far. So now then, let's talk about eggs. What we need to look out for. You see that one's got some muck on it. So that one's going to go to one side, and I'll show you how we clean the muck off. We want eggs that look generally egg shape. Now, you know your hens can lay all sorts of shapes. So you want a healthy looking, good egg. You don't want it too wrinkly, you don't want it too soft, the shell. You want to make sure it's strong enough to cope with being incubated off a good hen. That one's got a few wrinkles on, but that's absolutely fine. This one's got a bit of dirt, so that one will need cleaning. Now, how to clean them. Washing them is an option, but it isn't really very good because the egg has a protective layer around it, like a waxy special coating, which preserves the egg and prevents bacteria going into the egg. So we don't really want to wash that off. So the best thing to do is use a sanding block and just gently sand off the dirt. I'll show that now. So you see there I've sanded it? See how it comes clean? That's what you're aiming for, a nice clean egg, though it hasn't needed to be washed. Now there's different ways you can do this. I'm going to put these eggs we've just received here from the chickens today on this bottom tray. Our egg incubator is actually full, but I'm going to cheat. It is an automatic egg turner, but we can get away with putting some spare eggs on the bottom shelf. It has 3 shelves. This brinsea is brilliant. It comes with these slotted trays. Now make sure the slots are at the front because you want the dividers running along the length, because the tray is going to tip this way. If you had them the other way, the eggs would roll in a long line that way and a long line that way. This way it prevents them from rolling around and getting smashed into each other. So I've got 2 using their divider system. And there's this third one here that I've put an egg tray on. A plastic egg tray so you can wash it. Now then, make sure when you're putting eggs in egg trays that you have the pointy end always down. This is better for incubation, but obviously the best way is laying on their side like they would in a nest. Next job, with a permanent marker pen, we need to put X's and zeros on these loose eggs so that when we turn them, we know exactly that we have turned them the full rotation. I'll get on with that now. So it's just a matter of putting an X on the one side and O on the other. So when you roll them over, you can see you've done it. There we are, you see, I've done them all, and I've also written the date on a couple of them so I know the date they've gone in the incubator, which is May the 2nd, and the general time. This incubator has a little tray that fits up here. This is what holds the water, and it has a mop cloth thing in there that lets it expand, and it's like lets the water disperse or comes out of it. What's it called? Evaporation tray thing. There you go. So I'm going to run it dry till the end of the incubation. On about day 18, we'll make sure it's topped up full with water, and we'll switch the incubator onto non-turning, and we leave it sit tight, and we don't open the door. But now we can open the door, check on them, and we can attend to them how we need to. So what we're going to do now, let's see. We've got them on the trays. We've got the 3 different ways of doing it. As I say, this is an automatic turner. If you were turning them at home, you could just turn them by hand 3 or 4 times a day. And that's it. So let's switch this thing on. We're going to close the door, and we'll switch it on the mains. So we just have to check it goes through its little check through, and it'll set its temperature. At the moment it's 21 degrees Celsius and it's climbing. It's saying, the P is saying it's on pause. So we're going to say OK, and it will then be allowed to turn. Let's have a look. What do I do? That's it. That's now on turning. So it will turn the eggs. So the 3 trays will turn and tip. Obviously the bottom one is for us to turn daily, morning, night and evening, by hand. Now you do have to check that these corners never trap and get caught under this bit here when it's tipping back. So each tray has to be pushed back into place. And that's how it turns. Up here we can set temperature, the amount of water we want, the humidity, the turning frequency, the alarms when it goes on and off. It's just a fantastic machine, and you can even add in a humidity extra box that fits outside, so it can go longer without need filling up. As I say, we're going to have the vents open, and that's it basically. We just need to leave it now 18 days, and then we lock down, meaning lock down, stop turning, water filled, and then on the 21st day we should well have baby eggs hatching. On that point, do not be tempted to open the incubator. Keep the incubator sealed. The mom would sit tight with her feathers tightly closed around them. Do not compromise them by letting the air change. The humidity level will drop. It's raining outside. The chickens want to come in, but they're not allowed in. So thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go get on now and see what my next job is. Please like, subscribe and share, and ask any questions you wish below. Thanks so much. As I always say, you never know what tomorrow brings. Let's see what we do tomorrow. Bye.